Hey, welcome back to gggaming. So we have a brand new 7-star Tera Raid boss in Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, and it of course is EMBOAR. Really cool. This one's a lot of fun. Stick around, we're gonna go through all the details so that you understand exactly how this boss works, how the fight works, and how to easily solo it. All right, you know the deal. Let's just get straight into the details, not waste any time. So for your EMBOAR, this 7-star Tera Raid boss is an electric Tera type. Actually works in our advantage because it allows us to use some really great Pokemon against this. We're going to go through those in a minute. That's the big thing to talk about here. Otherwise, let's get over and go through the actual moves. What are we doing? That's not what I wanted to do. There we go, the moves. Keep that on. So here's what he got. He's going to be a full physical attacking raid boss. Unlike the last one we had with Swampert, this one's a full physical attack, which means your Intimidate NPCs are going to be rock stars to make this thing easy. Here's what you got to work with though. From a move perspective, you got Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz does a ton of damage. Plus, I'm going to point out his ability early, Reckless, powers up moves that do recoil. Flare Blitz has recoil, as we see right here in the description. Also damages the user, which means this move is powered up on top of its already crazy power, 120, because of his ability. Not too big a deal. We'll be able to deal with it. Keep hitting the wrong button here. Fail. All right, so second move on the pool, Drain Punch. Kind of cool. Doesn't really ever use it, especially with the builds that I'm going to showcase, so don't worry about it. Wild Charge. Completely immune to this thing because we're going to use all ground type builds. It's electric. Electric has one weakness, which is ground, and they gave it an electric move. Just takes it out of the pool. It's completely immune. It's kind of pointless, but it's there. And then Head Smash. Head Smash has got a tremendous amount of power, 150, 80 accuracy though, and also again it's powered up because of his ability. Kind of crazy, but he doesn't really use it a whole lot. Really does kind of prioritize Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz. I said that right the first time. That's the moves. Other than that, let's talk about the actual stats, and then we'll get over to the Cerebi database and actually go through the additional moves and the way this raid flow goes, and then all that fun stuff that we continue to go through in this video. All right, so for the stat perspective, you see we've got he's an attacker. Okay, his defense is equal special defense equal 166, which means you can use either or of those types. It's going to be equally effective against this guy. So whatever you do in your builds doesn't matter. You don't have to focus one way or the other. What you do have to focus is Pokemon with good defense, because he is a full-on physical attacker with really strong moves. Beyond that, the only other thing to point out, of course, is the Mightiest Mark that you get when you do defeat this guy. So there you go. Let's actually get over to the Cerebi side here and tie in the rest of the details of kind of the way this raid flow goes. So with that, let's kind of even these out a little bit so we can make the Cerebi side a little bit bigger. So of course, we're going over here. We're going to talk about the move set. We've already talked about the 4 primary moves, which were Flare Blitz, Drain Punch, Wild Charge, Head Smash. You know the details there, you're good. He's got additional moves though. So additional moves are coded moves. These are moves that are going to be used at certain intervals during the fight. And we see those down here. Those are coded down there. Look down there. As to when he uses those. So he does use 2 bulk ups right here at 40% HP. Basically what he does is get the shield up, knock that shield out about 40% HP. He's going to go into 2 straight bulk ups. And this point, he's going to be extremely deadly. And that's the whole game. It makes you think, kind of give you a false sense of security that you're winning this fight. And he's going to throw these 2 bulk ups up and just hammer you with his incredibly strong moves. We got a counter for that. So stick around, talk about it. The other move he has is Heat Crush. So Heat Crush happens down there, 20% HP. Again, a very strong move, but it's a random move. So it's likely he's going to use it on one of the NPCs, your other opponents. If he does use it on you, he's used it on me once. I didn't die from it. No big deal. Beyond that, the only other big things to point out for this guy are is when he resets the stats. Because like every 7-star, he does reset stats. But hey, he doesn't steal a Tera Orb charge. So you only need to get 3 attacks off, three attacks off to get your Terastalize up, which is super handy because the last couple bosses have stole Tera charges, and Just made it delay the whole thing. He doesn't do that. Don't worry about it. All right, so the shield goes up at 90% HP or 80% time. Pretty standard, about the third or fourth turn, shield's gonna go up. He's gonna reset your stats right there at 90% time. Very, very early in the fight. That actually helps out a ton because it allows you to boost up your Pokemon earlier. Does it once, after he resets you, you're gonna boost to the stars. And we're gonna talk about that. The other two big keys are gonna reset his stats twice, okay? 80% and 55%, 80% time, 55% HP. Why is that important? Well, that's important because we're not going to end up debuffing him. We're not going to prioritize debuffing him like we do on a lot of other builds, although we will do an Arceus showcase, so we will debuff him a little bit. But that's kind of the only one that I'm going to recommend because Arceus is just amazing. Beyond that, we're not going to worry about debuffing him because he does reset the stats twice, which is just annoying. So, all right. That is that. Let's get back over to the game and talk about the actual good Pokemon to use against this guy and what you are going to see in the Raid Showcase. All right, so here's what we're going to showcase. We're going to showcase Groudon, we're going to showcase Arceus, as well as Great Tusk. All three phenomenal, great builds against this guy. But they do rely on a good team. As always, with my videos, I'm going to recommend good NPCs, okay? So everything that is down here on this bottom part of the screen, these are the NPCs that you could get in your party. Here's what you want. And hey, check out the video link down below to lock this party so that you only have to get it once and then you can keep that party, all right? It's down there, it's in the referenced videos. I made a little guide for it. It's terrible, but it works. All right, so you're gonna want one of these three Pokemon right here. Arceus, not Arceus, Arcanine. You're gonna want Arcanine, Tauros, or Staraptor. Staraptor is probably the best of all three of them because it also has Feather Dance. Why are these Pokemon important? They all three have this ability called Intimidate. Intimidate drops the attack stat for the other Pokemon the moment they come in. So right when the battle starts, for one, Intimidate's going to kick off, dropping his attack stat, making him hit you less hard. Then every time he knocks them out, because these 7-star Tera Raid bosses are absolute powerhouses, this one especially will knock these guys out like crazy. Every time they revive, Intimidate takes effect, dropping that attack stat, making it easier for you to survive, because you take less damage. You get it? Pretty straightforward. All right, you're with me. Get one of those three. If you get two, hey, it's a rock star fight, making it easy. And you also want a healer, if possible. So to get a healer, we're going to run with Gardevoir or Arbolivia. All right, Arbolivia's got grassy terrain that comes out automatically by its ability because that's Seed Sower. And then Arbolivia also has Life 2. Super, super handy. They're both great. I will actually have Arbolivia in my showcases along with Staraptor. I think it's Staraptor are the two of my showcases. I know that because I use the trick down there in my video to lock my party. So all three of those, we'll have that in the showcases. Go check those out. Check out which or all of those that you want to see. And hopefully this was helpful. As always, hit that sub button, hit the like button. See you in the next one.